relationships. They can be the most wonderful experience a human being can have. Or the worst. When something goes wrong in a relationship that was once beautiful, life can be transformed into a living hell. What do you do then? Tom Joseph's book, Why We Stay Stuck, has answers to many of the questions that couples and families may ask. Take a few moments to listen to Tom speak about some of the points that he discusses in his book.
We're going to talk about identifying the top 10 tactics of passive-aggressive anger in this segment. First of all, let me give you a definition of passive-aggressive anger. Passive-aggressive anger is a covert, stubborn resistance to cooperate with others in order to gain control and inflict punishment because of retaliation and because of revenge. The person that is passive-aggressive and he's angry or she's angry, they will get you back by being very covert about what they're doing to you, their tactics. And these tactics are because they want to punish you or they want revenge because you are not cooperating with what they feel is necessary for them in their insecurities. See, passive-aggressive people are very insecure. They're insecure and they need you to make them feel better about themselves. So we're going to talk about the top 10 ways to identify a passive-aggressive person. Number one, the first way to identify a passive-aggressive person is if they impede you or stop you from exiting by disabling an automobile or by hiding keys deliberately and saying they lost them, or by unplugging or disabling phones so that you can communicate with people from the outside. And they just continue to make life difficult for you, the whole while acting very ignorant about it and saying, well, I don't know where I put your keys, or I guess the car is not working, or the phones aren't working. And so that is a passive-aggressive way to try and get back at the person they're retaliating against, without them ever being the person that appears to be the perpetrator. Number two, the second way to identify passive-aggressive anger is interrupting any educational or career progress, or actually life progress in any way, shape, or form, by hiding documents needed for enrollment, not helping in domestic chores or child care, or disrupting your schedule in order for you to not make it to class or seminars, or be able to socialize with a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I'm talking about of the same sex, of course, and so friends of yours or families, family gatherings, they just make life difficult for you by interrupting your life so that you cannot progress, so that you cannot have a social life, so that you cannot have a family life with extended family. This also is passive-aggressive anger. The third way to identify passive-aggressive anger is using spiritual fear tactics. This is very huge, specifically for Christians using biblical scriptures. You know, people use the Bible in order to interject shame about the marriage, or shame about the relationship, or shame about what the other person is doing. They interject these beliefs in order to manipulate another person to be paralyzed from leaving or thinking independently. Now, this also is a passive-aggressive tactic. Remember, number three is using spiritual fear tactics. Number four, the fourth way to identify passive-aggressive anger is controlling all finances by secret bank accounts, not having shared bank accounts, direct depositing into an account that is not accessible to you, paying all bills without sharing what those bills are, and creating a total dependency on how money should be spent, and that you need to go to this person, or the person that's passive-aggressive, and you need to almost continue to beg them for money or a check or transfer of money. And they have total control over the bank account, the whole time acting like they're all for you, and acting like the money is accessible, but you really can't get to the money. And they always have an excuse why you can't get to the money, or why the money is not available. And then it appears to be that they're very secretive about money being spent, especially from them. The fifth way to identify passive-aggressive anger is sexually controlling another person. This can be done by withholding or refusal to participate in the intimacy acts between a husband and a wife. You know, there are many times husbands will withhold from a wife will withhold from a husband in order to have control or to get even. They use sex as a weapon of choice in order to get the other person, in order to affect the other person, or in order to control the other person. They also can use different tactics of maybe pornography or other forms of arousal or satisfaction, except the relationship with you. Now, when a spouse goes somewhere else in order to get their satisfaction, whether it is satisfaction from pornography, satisfaction from other artificial uses, and not share with their partner, that also is passive-aggressive anger. Number 6, the sixth way to identify passive-aggressive anger is non-communication tactics, such as acting like they don't hear you, playing dumb or ignorant about the subject, or not answering when asked a question, not exchanging information that is vital for the children or finances or for schedules and relationships, and using these tactics by acting oblivious. I've known people that had spouses that were so passive-aggressive they would not answer them or speak to them after the day was over. They just would not answer. And so the victim spouse would continue to try and guess. They would continue to try and wonder by osmosis what this spouse really was wanting. And therefore, they continue to make poor choices or wrong choices that the other spouse wanted, making them feel dumb, making you feel, or making yourself, the victim, feel, as if they're inadequate. Number 7, emotionally stoic manipulation by not laughing at jokes, especially from you. Always hurt if joked about, unable to be silly or funny, unable to have fun with you, and unwilling to participate with happy, memorable moments. You know, passive-aggressive people just don't know how to have fun. Or they really do, but they're acting like whenever they're with you, they're not having fun, or that they can't joke. But what's really interesting is a passive-aggressive person can joke and have fun with other people, but not with you, making you feel, again, inadequate. Number 8, the 8th way to identify passive-aggressive anger is unfounded loyalty. This is very important. Unfounded loyalty means they're loyal to others that criticize you. They're loyal to family and friends that you don't speak to anymore. They're loyal to family and friends and neighbors that have hurt you or had a beef against you, and they didn't stick up for you. They stuck up for the neighbor or the friend or the family member. This also is a passive-aggressive tactic called unfounded loyalty. And then the 9th way to identify passive-aggressive anger is showing no interest in your safety, especially when you're sick. They'll stay away when you're sick, or they act like they're not available. They act like they're not available to fix your automobile or fix your plumbing. They're not available to show intimacy if wives towards husbands. You know, women show passive-aggressive anger just as much as men do, but it's by not being attentive to your safety and to your interests, your job, your career, and so they continue to avoid fixing anything, helping you with chores, or helping you with child care, or helping you fix your car, fix the things around the home. Number 10, apathy and procrastination. I guess that goes right along with number 9, causing you to force the partner to participate in life. Passive-aggressive people love you to need them and always need them, but they never satisfy your needs. They just need you to need them. They need you to be there. They need you to be controlled and to be hampered by everything you do. Now remember, the definition of a passive-aggressive anger is a covert. It's a stealthy, stubborn resistance to cooperate with another person in order to gain control. And they do this to inflict punishment and retaliation and revenge against you.
Thank you for taking time to watch this video presentation. Tom has helped many individuals and couples through their difficult relationships, and he'd love to help you as well. If the information from this video was helpful to you, then why not pick up a copy of Tom's book, Why We Stay Stuck? To order your copy of the book, or if you'd like more information about webcam counseling, visit Tom's webpage at www.atthewell.net. That's www.atthewell.net. Or you can call Tom toll-free at 866-449-WELL. That's 866-449-9355. Check back again soon for the next segment from the book, Why We Stay Stuck.